an expert. Hopefully we're not having any audio issues today, but if we are, please let me know so that we can make sure to get those fixed. It has been a hell of a weekend. Thank you so much for joining me again. For those of you who were on our Saturday stream yesterday, welcome back. Thanks so much. We're all having a little bit of a cool down from yesterday. It was so exciting. Thanks so much to my mom for coming in and spending some time with us. We had a great time. I don't know if you guys saw me, but I did get a little frustrated there for a little bit, but we were able to finish a project here. This is the project that we finished on Saturday, so yay for that. So we were able to at least get one thing done today, or yesterday, which was really exciting. I had some new opening music this morning. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a little loud in my ear, so I'm trying to make sure that it's not so bad. I apologize. I have this horrible cough. I've been battling this cough for like 3 weeks now. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm sucking on a cough drop, so I do apologize for that. There's also some crunching you might hear in the background, and that's because one of our cats has decided that she needs to come in here and have her breakfast. Which is fine. She's more than welcome to come in here, but I don't know how long she's going to stay, so we'll have to wait and see. She doesn't usually make an appearance on the channel because she usually stays out of the room when all the lights and stuff are on, so I don't know why she's decided she needs to be in here today, but she has, and now she's decided she wants to leave. So hang on just a second here. Alright, right now, Abby. There she goes. Alright. Okay, so yesterday I made the announcement, and you guys can see the announcement down here as well. I'm dedicating this weekend's streams to a young lady named Harper. She's a little girl who's been suffering from some really bad health issues. She is the granddaughter of Donna from Handmade by Ying with Donna, the content creator. She's the granddaughter, and she's had some horrible health issues. She's had some surgeries, and I think that right now they're keeping her sedated, and it's just been awful to hear about. And I wanted to do whatever I could to try and help that family out. Obviously, I'm not made of millions of dollars to be able to help them out, but at least I can help promote their GoFundMe page on our channel here. So if you are interested and if you are able, please consider donating to the family to help with some of their finances and some of their expenses. You can do !Harper Strong in chat, and I'll give you a link to their GoFundMe page if you're able to. If not, we completely understand. Please at least give them some thoughts and prayers and send them her way some positive thoughts, and hopefully that will help as well. So I'm going to be mentioning that throughout the stream. Lucas will also be mentioning that throughout the chat as well. If you're watching this after the stream has already ended and you're watching the replay, there is a link in the description box below to the GoFundMe page. So please, again, if you are able, please give whatever you can. $5, $10, whatever you can afford to, if you can. Alright, so I've got lots of announcements this morning. Again with the cough. I'm sorry, I do apologize. Mr. Wizard has made a couple of new cars. So I don't know if you guys can see them. They're up here. I'm going to bring them down and show you guys what those are here in just a few minutes. He's made 3 new cars over the last few weeks. I wanted to show those off because you guys know I'm so proud of him and his abilities. So we want to show those off as well. That's right, Dawn, prayers are free. Absolutely. Before I do that, I want to hop into chat and say hello to everybody in chat. A very special shout out to the very first person that was in chat. She was there half an hour early. My goodness, she was waiting for us. Good morning, Chloe. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Thank you so much for being the first person in chat, and welcome to the stream. I'm always so grateful to see you as well as everyone else in chat, so thank you very much for that. So let me pop into chat, say hello to everybody there. Then we're going to look at some of Mr. Wizard's cars, and then we are going to get started on today's project, which is our Home Sweet Home project. I'll give you just a second here. Lorraine was also one of the ones that was in chat. I'm going to cough again. Excuse me again. Lorraine was also one of the ones that was a super early bird in chat this morning. She was there a little after 10 this morning. So good morning to you, Lorraine. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. It's so good to see you again. Welcome back. So great to see you. Judy, hello. She says, good afternoon, everyone. My goodness, Judy, what time is it over by you? If it's good afternoon. Branka, good morning. She says she likes the music. Thanks so much. That's a new name. I haven't seen you before, so welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick around with us. Naomi, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hello, Katie. Katie says, hi, everyone. Hi, Katie. So thank you so much for joining. Dawn says, good morning. Good morning, Dawn. Thanks so much. Lucas is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo. Lucas is in the house. Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Hi, Kathy. Kathy says, good morning, Danny. Good morning, everyone in chat. Good morning. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. She says good morning as well. Yes, Lucas threw that Harper Strong in there. Thank you very much for that. Hi, Beverly. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. If I've missed you in chat, please make sure you tag me. I love saying hello to you guys. I like to make sure that you guys know I can see you because I know you guys can see me. So thank you for that very, very much. Excuse me. Again, with this stupid cough, I apologize. Kelly says, hubby is organizing bacon, etc. and Ferris has gone downstairs to wake up our son. Okay, well, Kelly usually has her breakfast on Sunday mornings, but we appreciate the fact that she joins us. Let me show you what we've got up here from Mr. Wizard. This very first one is this beautiful one. I don't know if you guys can see this color on the camera or not. The camera probably does not do it justice. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is like this cherry red metallic. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this one is a 69 Chevy Nova. Pull the hood off here so I don't break it. Isn't that gorgeous? It's absolutely beautiful. Let's see if I can tip it without anything falling. He says one of these, the parts fell off. So this one is a 69 Nova. This is a cherry red. It's absolutely just beautiful, gorgeous. And Mr. Wizard has found a new clear coat, which makes things just a super high gloss finish. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So talented. The next one is one of my favorites. This one is a 1970 Buick GSX. Now he said there's some pieces that'll fall off, so I gotta be real careful with this one. I'll show it to you guys on the sides here. It is cool. So cool. I don't know if you guys can see the little decals on the front there. So cool. Got a little hood here. Don says, ooh, a Nova. Yeah, that's one of Mr. Wizard's favorites is the Nova. So he has a few of them in his collection. It looks like this hood actually tips up. It's got like hinges on it. So I don't know if I'm supposed to come off or not. I guess we'll find out. He'll tell me. I don't think I broke it. Alright, and then this last one here is my favorite. This one here, and I'm a huge Mopar fan, guys. Huge Mopar fan. And this one here is a 1970 Dodge Challenger. I just love it. I love the stance of it. Like look at the stance on this thing. It's so cool. It's like got a little angle on it. It's awesome. I love it. This one's definitely one of my faves. And the hood actually lifts up on this one. Really cool. And I know you guys can't see it, but on the inside of all of these cars, he's detailed the interior of the cars too. Like he's painted the steering wheel, and there's decals on the dashboard, and the seats are all detailed out, and it's really hard for you guys to see. But this one actually has a wood grain interior. So on the door panels and on the center console is all wood grain. So again, you guys can't see it, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of my favorites for sure. One of my absolute favorites. A little dusty. There's so much dust in our house with the animals, it's crazy. So special thank you to Mr. Wizard for allowing me to share a couple of his designs on the channel. I'm so proud of him. He does an amazing job. He has another show coming up next weekend, maybe? I don't remember. He has another show coming up where he'll be entering some of his cars in to win, which I never did ask him what the prizes were. I think they're just gift cards, honestly, and bragging rights, really, maybe a trophy even. But I'll have to ask him again what the prizes are. So he'll be entering those in here shortly, a couple days. So I'll let you guys know if he wins anything. I think he said he was going to enter the redwood in, but he just realized he lost the mirror on it. So we're gonna have to see if we can find one. Kelly says it's 8:30 a.m. I may have to disappear when food is ready. I get dish duty. No problem, Kelly. We completely understand. Beverly says hi to Kathy. Absolutely. Good morning. Kelly says when I was first dating hubby, he was driving his dad's old 69 Chevelle. It was the same age we were. Oh, that's kind of cool. Nancy says good morning. Good morning, Nancy. Thanks for joining us again. Lucas just reminded everybody that what our stream's dedicated to today. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Naomi says, beautiful work on those cars. Yes, absolutely. It's absolutely gorgeous. He does a fantastic job. Kelly says, last night she tweaked her channel name just slightly. Well, Kelly, thanks for letting us know. Lucas, if you can make sure that Kelly's link still works, we want to make sure we get that set up. Dawn says, "Oh crap, my battery's dead." I hope she's talking about her phone battery, maybe. Go get the charger, girl. We'll wait. Gladys, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hello, how are you? I hope you are well. I hope you had a fantastic birthday. This weekend was her birthday weekend, so lots of fun going on. Dawn says she's going to be going to the TV, so she can't chat there. That's all right, Dawn. No problem. We appreciate you watching. So like I said yesterday, thanks again to my mom for a very special Saturday stream. It was the So Not an Expert After Dark edition, which you never know what's going to happen on the After Dark edition. There's usually some foul language involved or some inappropriate language. Gosh, I hope YouTube doesn't block me for that. But there's usually some foul language involved. We have a lot of fun. There's usually wine. Somebody brings wine, and we just have a great time. So thanks again to my mom for that. And don't forget, the next one is going to be on November 4th, and we're going to have 2 special guests that day. My mom and her best friend, Cheryl, who you guys have met before. She's been on the channel. We're going to be making Christmas stockings out of some Christmas fabric. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're not sure how to make those, stick around, stay tuned, check back with us on Saturday, November 4th, and we'll be able to show you how to make those. Hopefully we'll get some done. We'll have to wait and see. Yesterday we made foot pedal mats. I'm going to put mine on the ground right now, and I'm actually going to be using it today. So I'll test it out and let you know how it goes. So I'm really excited for that. So I'm going to throw that on the ground right now, put my pedal on top of it. I have to get down on the floor to do this. We're going to see how that works. Alright, so today we're going to be working with our Home Sweet Home project. It's a project that we started back on 4th of July. It is a patriotic themed quilt. I'll show you guys a picture of it here in just a second. And here we go. This is what it looks like. There's these really cute little houses. And so we've already made the chimneys of these houses, and now we're going to be working on the roofs of the houses. So I've got my pieces all laid out right here, getting ready to go, and we're going to start sewing those up. Naomi asked, does Mr. Wizard ever collect vintage model cars already assembled? I saw some online and in an estate sale. No, Naomi, he does not collect them already assembled. He prefers to actually build them himself. He does have some vintage cars. Oh my goodness, we have so many. His collection is... He probably has 50 or 60 cars that he's had completely built, but he does build all kinds of them. He has planes and boats and jeeps and all kinds of stuff. But he does prefer to build them. That is the part of it that he loves the most, not just the collection part of it. So he actually buys them all unbuilt and builds them himself. But he does sell some of them as well. He has sold some of his built ones. So if there's ever one that you guys see that I'm showing off that you might be interested in, send me an email and we can talk to him about it, and maybe he'd be interested in selling it. Not all of them, but some of them. Kelly says, I used to make stockings with a bunch of girls at a local quilt store, but I've never done one by myself. I'll check out the stream on the 4th. Well, that'll be great, Kelly. We'll be happy to have you there. Melina says, hi, Kathy. And I think I said good morning to you already, Melina, but in case I didn't, good morning. Sometimes I forget who it is I said hello to and who I haven't. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got white thread in our machine. That's the thread that we're going to be using today. And I did have my iron hot, but it keeps blowing up on me because I keep talking. Again with the cough, guys, I'm so sorry. I am sucking on a cough drop right now. That's why I was a little late getting into the stream, because I'm like, I'm going to need some cough drops. I'm sucking on a cough drop. This is all my sinuses, my allergies, the whole kit and caboodle. It's just been awful. But hopefully it'll be better soon. So I've got some pieces here. I have our fabric I and our fabric A's. And we had to draw a line down the center of our fabric I's, and then we're going to be sewing 1/4 of an inch away on those. We're going to be matching those up to the edges of each of our fabric A's. So set the A's to the side for right now. The I's. We're going to open up one of our A's, grab 2 of our I's. We're going to be lining them up. This. One on either side. Right sides together. correctly. We're going to be sewing 1/4 of an inch away from the line. Let me just read it again. Stitch on the drawn line and trim 1/4 of an inch away. So I'm glad I read that again. I'm like, that didn't seem like it made sense. So we're going to be stitching right on the 1/4 inch line, and then we're going to, right on the drawn line, and then we're going to trim that 1/4 of an inch away. So first things first, I want to flip my presser foot over. I still have a 1/4 inch presser foot, but this is a non-guided one, because I'm going to need to be able to stitch on that line there. So let me pull that out. There we go. Alright, so how has everyone's weekends been so far? Last night we mentioned it in our live stream. My mom and I and our family, we went apple picking last weekend. So we all have a ton of apples that we need to work through. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today after live stream. I'm going to be peeling, slicing, and cooking apples to make applesauce. I don't make a lot of apple pies. My mom does. So she makes half of her apples into apple pie mixture and the other half into an applesauce. Sometimes she'll make some apple cakes and things like that. Me, I'm not a big baker, but Mr. Wizard loves homemade applesauce. I make it for him year round, even with store-bought apples if we run out. So he loves homemade applesauce, so I like to try and make that for him. The girls do as well, especially when they were home. They liked it. It was a nice snack for them, especially when they were in school. Obviously not so much anymore, but I do try and send them home with some whenever I can. So that's what I will be doing this afternoon, is I will be making homemade applesauce. It's super easy to make if you've never made it before. Because apples are naturally sweet, you really don't need a lot of sugar or even a lot of seasonings. I do add some, I do add a little bit of cinnamon and some nutmeg to mine, and I do add a little bit of sugar to it. I add about 1/4 cup of sugar to the entire crock pot. And I mean, I fill that crock pot up as much as I possibly can because it ends up cooking down anyway. And then I end up adding more apples to it as it continues to cook because Mr. Wizard likes his applesauce to be a little chunky. So I find that if I cook the first row of apples down really smoothly and then throw some more chunks in there, you get like these soft chunks in there. So that's what I like to do. Cinnamon is obviously one of the essentials when it comes to applesauce. Nutmeg is another great one that you really want to work with. I am just working with these one right after the other here. I'm going to work on the left hand side of the roof and then we'll go back and do the right hand side. I'm chain piecing these as we go along. Hi June, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us again today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope the weather by you is amazing. We have officially entered fall here up in Northern Illinois. The leaves are just barely starting to change color, which is my favorite time of the year. Fall is my absolute favorite time of the year. I love the colors. I love the temperature outside. Again with the coughing, sorry. I love just fall colors in general. They're just so gorgeous. They're one of my favorites. So I'm really excited for fall to be here. It's been cooling down quite a bit. They're actually talking about a little bit of S-word. S-word is coming. They're saying there might be a little bit of a storm coming that might give us a little bit of the S-word. For those of you who don't know what the S-word is, snow. I like snow. Nobody else seems to like it, but I like snow. So I'm really excited for it. Alright, just moving right along here, chain piecing these up. We're doing the left side of the roof right now. Doing right sides together. Sewing down that line that we drew last time we got together. So right on that line. Go. Katie says, well, crud. I'm making warm ranch dip and forgot the ranch salad dressing. Off to the store I go. Oh my goodness, Katie. I'm sorry to hear that. Good morning, Katie. Katie from Greenland Quilters has joined us. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hello, how are you? I hope you are well. Thanks so much for joining us. Lucas, I don't know if we have a link set up for Katie and Greenland Quilter. If we do, please drop it in chat. If we don't, please add it for me if you don't mind. Katie and I did a collab a couple weeks ago. She interviewed me on her channel. It was so kind of her. Her and I have got some stuff working in the mix that we're going to have coming up here soon. So make sure you keep an eye on the channel. We're going to have a lot of fun with some things coming up here really, really soon. But thanks so much for joining us this morning, Katie. We appreciate you being here. We are working on our home sweet home project. Katie says, you and your mother were hilarious last night. Well, thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. You know, it is a true mother-daughter relationship in that sometimes her silliness makes me crazy. But I love her, and I really appreciated her being here on the channel, and I always have a great time with her. So thank you for that. I'm just really glad we were able to get something accomplished. That is one of the tricks with her sometimes, is keeping her focused. that can be a challenge some days. Melina says she's a loser today. I'm hoping that she means that with regards to the slot machine games and not because of something else. We don't like to be mean to ourselves here on this channel. So I'm hoping she just means with regards to the slots. I sew much slower than my mom does. I don't know if you guys were watching hers. She did a little bit of sewing yesterday, but not a whole lot. I ended up having to take it from her. But she sews so much faster than I do. I mean, she just like flies through, and I'm like, whoa, slow down. It's like I'm always scared she's gonna like run over her fingers or something. I'm like, my goodness gracious. Like, I take my time. I go much slower because I don't like making mistakes. But let's face it, it always happens. You always end up making at least one. So I like to go slow, take my time. Go. And Judy says, your mother is a hoot. She is a hoot. She is. And now you guys understand a little bit better about where I get my, excuse me, my silliness from sometimes. Especially when you give her alcohol, then it gets even worse. And same thing for me too. That's why, I mean, obviously I don't drink when I'm on the channel, and even when my mom's drinking wine, I swear to you, I am not drinking anything. I'm only drinking water. But yeah, we all get a little silly. The whole family is a little bit silly sometimes. We do a pretty good job of, you know, being silly when it's time to be silly and being serious when it's time to be serious. I think that's important. But yeah, when you get us all together, it's a hoot. For sure. It's a lot of fun. Yes, Kelly, absolutely. She says, I'm not a very quick sewer either. Too many errors that way. Yep, I agree with you. Yeah, I prefer to take my time. I'm never in any rush when I'm sewing because this is my therapy. This is the way I relax. And I don't feel like rushing is the way to relax. I think taking your time, going slow is the best way to do it. You guys remember Susie? I brought her on the channel a couple weeks ago. We are teaching her how to sew, and that's one of the things that I've really been pushing with her is, you know, slow and steady wins the race. You know, slow and steady, take your time, really think it through, be careful, make sure you're not going to hurt yourself. Yeah, things like that. Naomi's reminding everybody to leave a thumbs up. Thanks, Naomi, for that reminder. I appreciate it. Yes, please, if you can, if you will, go ahead and tickle that like button for me. It does appreciate it. I still want to see if I can find a way to get a sound command in there for our Tickle Me Elmo. So if you guys wouldn't mind, and when you do tickle that like button, make sure you give it a little giggle for me. One of these days I'll figure out a way to do that. Excuse me. That really helps the channel out. We've seen a little bit of growth on the channel recently, a couple more subscribers, which is always great. I love seeing new people. The whole point of my channel is to make new friends, so each new subscriber is a new friend of mine. I'm not doing this to make any money or or earn anything, any freebies or anything like that at all. This is simply just to make new friends. So I love making new friends. Linda said, oh, good morning, Linda. I'm sorry, I didn't see you pop in there. Good morning. Linda says, what are you making today? Well, Linda, we are working on our Home Sweet Home project. This was a Liberty Box project from Fat Quarter Shop a couple of years ago. I'm behind on my project boxes. This is a Liberty Box exclusive from a couple of years ago. I'll give you a picture of the pattern here in just a second. Give me a quick minute here. There we go. Got those all done up. Here, let me show you what it looks like. It is so cute. You're going to love this. Look at this. Look how adorable this is. Isn't that adorable? It's these cute little houses that are red, white, and blue. It's absolutely adorable. I love it. So that is what we are working on today. That's right, Kelly. Absolutely. Making quilts is a journey, not a race. 100%. And I think that's true for any sewing project, really. Not just quilts. Again with the cough, I'm sorry. Not just with quilts, but with any sewing journey or any creative project, really. It's all about the journey. It's all about enjoying yourself, having a good time. That is something that I push the absolute most, as much as I can. If you're not having fun, then you know what? Put it away. Try it again another day, because the whole point of it is to be having fun with it. It's not to, you know, it's not. I mean, unless of course it's like your job, unless of course it's something that you have to do on a daily basis. Then it might be a little different. But if for me anyway, this is a hobby, and so if I'm not having fun with it, or a project is frustrating me, or I'm just not feeling it, I'll put it away. I'll put it away, and I'll come back to it later, because the important part is to have fun with it. Lucas says Streamlabs is being mean and not letting him in. That's not good. I was able to get in this morning. Weird. I didn't change anything, Lucas, I swear. But it did let me get in, because I had to check to make sure CloudBot was on, because for some reason CloudBot was off yesterday. So I had to turn it on again. I'm not sure what's going on there. That's right, Linda. I guess it does not want you to join in on the fun. That is for sure. Alright, so now I'm going to sew up the other end here. I'm going to flip these over so they're kind of upside down here. Very first one's always the hardest because you're right in that corner. See if I can get it done. Hi Brenda, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me again. I hope you had a good evening. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. Alright. We are putting rooftops on our Home Sweet Home houses. We are making the rooftops for them. Lots of fun. Just sewing these up one by one. We're going pretty slow here. Trying to take my time. Don't want to mess anything up. Got some new music going on in the background here today, guys. I found another website that offers free content-free music, copyright-free music, and actually one of my favorite bands has actually opened up their music to be copyright-free, which I think is really cool that they've done. I'm not sure that it's appropriate for their particular music is appropriate for the channel. It's a little bit more hardcore rock, alternative music. A little bit of rap mixed in there, a little bit of alternative stuff in there. So I'm not sure that it's really appropriate for the channel, but I might share it with you guys some other time. But for right now, I picked just a regular rock band music because I thought that might be pretty fun. We'll see how it goes. So let me know what you guys think. If it's not your jam, if it is your jam, let me know. Or if you can't hear it at all, let me know that too, because I did turn it down a little. It seemed like it was a little loud. Based on the graphics I was seeing. Brenda said she was sick in bed Friday, migraine, but better today. Oh, Brenda, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're feeling better, though. Always good to know that everybody's feeling better. I have been suffering from a horrible head cold for like the last, I think I'm on week 3 now. It's just been awful.
I am getting slowly better. So I do feel like I'm getting a little bit of an improvement, but it's very slow moving. And I have this stupid cough that's lingering. So I am feeling a little bit better every day. So I am trying to focus on that. But it activated some migraines. It activated my vertigo last week as well. So that wasn't fun. Um, and it's all allergy related. It's all related to my allergies. I end up dealing with this type of thing every year around this time, so you just kind of work your way through it, and eventually it goes away. But I'm glad to hear you're feeling better. Terry hi, good morning, Terry. Thanks so much for joining us today. Glad to see you. She wants to know if Joyce is still asleep on the couch. I don't know. She did not stay the night. She did make it home safely yesterday. Like I said, she's only 3/4 of a mile from me, so she's not that far. Like she said, she could have walked if she really wanted to, but she didn't walk. We got her right home. She's good. I'm not sure if she's still asleep. Probably not, though. She's not usually a late sleeper. My guess is she was probably up early with the dogs this morning. But I haven't seen her in chat yet, so I'm not sure if she's here or not. But that's okay if she's not. She's got other things to do. Yes, absolutely, Terry. The allergies make you feel just as bad as being sick with a cold. Yes, they can, especially when they get bad. And mine are just kicking my butt right now. I can't wait for... The thing is it does this. So, like, as soon as the weather starts to turn cold, I just get all gross and congested and all kinds of stuff. And my voice goes in and out, and I end up with this horrible cough and everything else. And then usually right after the first, like, significant snowfall, like measurable snowfall, then it just kind of stops because all it's like all packed down or whatever. I don't know. The pollen is, I don't know what it is. But it's usually after the first measurable snow is usually when everything kind of calms down a little bit. And then I have a little bit of a winter reprieve from my allergies. I don't have too many winter allergies. I still have indoor allergies, but they're not nearly as bad with regards to the external stuff. But then spring comes, and then I'm just this snotty, horrible mess again. It's just a thing. Terry says she'll feel these allergies until May. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Yeah, my allergies usually aren't too bad over the winter. It's the spring, the summer, and the fall when I suffer the most. There we go. We got a link set up for Katie of the Greenland Quilter. So if you guys haven't already, please go give her a like and a sub. She is so cool. I had so much fun over on her channel, and her and I are gonna have some projects coming up here soon, on both of our channels. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Great lady. So much fun, and it's so interesting to learn about. You take for granted. I mean, here I am in the U.S. and I take for granted some of the just normal everyday luxuries that I am used to, that she doesn't have the ability to take advantage of, and those types of things, and she absolutely loves Greenland. She's very, very proud of the country she lives in, and she loves to talk about it, which is fantastic. I'd love to learn more about it, so make sure you go head over there, check her out. She's always teaching us something new, which is really cool. And make sure you check out all of our content creator friends. If you do ! creators in chat, it'll give you a list of all of our content creator friends. Make sure you check them all out. Every single one of them is amazing. They bring something different to the table. They are the true experts. They absolutely are, and I am totally not. So make sure you check them all out. I love spending time with each and every one of them. I'm so grateful that they want to spend time with me and teach me new things. It's amazing. So make sure you check them all out. Lucas says you have enough. You have enough for what? 265. Lucas, you have 265,000 thimbles. For what? What do you have enough for? Oh, I'm seeing now. Okay. He asked Terry how many thimbles he needed for the new car, and Terry guessed 200,000. Too funny. Yes, it is, Katie. Our collab is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to it. Lucas is trying to redeem the car. Too funny, Lucas. Too funny. Well, talk to Mr. Wizard. You can come pick one out on the shelf. It's a Matchbox car is what it is, Carrie. He's redeemed him for a Matchbox car. Funny. I think he's trying to get to 1 million. I think that's his goal. The redeem button didn't seem to work. No, Lucas, it didn't. It must be broken. Because that's a secret redemption, right? For those of you who have no idea what Lucas and I are talking about, we are talking about the Thimbles program, which is basically a points program. It is a way for me to say thank you to you guys for watching the channel, and a way for you guys to earn a couple of extra fun prizes. If you are watching the chat right now, then you are automatically earning Thimbles. You're earning a little bit of Thimbles every 5 minutes that you watch the stream. And if you're participating in chat, then you're earning a couple more. But if you really want to earn a lot of Thimbles, then the best way to do that is to join some of the fun games that we have in chat. We have a slots game and a heist game in chat that you can join in and play. And those are the quickest, easiest ways to earn a lot of Thimbles. And then you can trade those Thimbles, you can redeem those Thimbles in for prizes. And Lucas usually pops up into chat what those prizes are. I think the first prize is a random notion. We all have tools and tricks of the trade that we use, and I like to share those with you guys. So if you redeem a free notion, I will send to you in the mail a free notion. The notions range in type. They can be something as simple as a chalk pencil, or a thread holder, to a seam ripper, to a purple thingamajig, to oh gosh, there's spools of thread that I've given away depending on what's in a project box that I've received recently. There's just all kinds of stuff. You never know what's going to be in the box, and I try to give you guys a random selection. I mean, obviously, if you're constantly redeeming for free notions, you're going to get duplicates at some point in time. But then there's also a random fat quarter. I collect fat quarters for a variety of different project boxes and things like that, so I'm always giving those away. And then obviously there's some bigger prizes as well. There's a special guest prize where you could become a special guest on the channel for either a Sunday morning live stream or one of our Saturday streams. You would join us via Zoom on your computer with a camera, or your cell phone. You can do that too. That would be one of the prizes as well. Teresa, good morning. Hi, how are you? I hope you're well today. I saw your name pop up there into the chat, so good morning and welcome. Kelly says, I have not looked at my thimbles in ages. I don't usually gamble with them anyway, so I don't care how many I have. That's no problem, Kelly. Some people do, some people don't. It's not a requirement of the channel. It's just something fun to do if you are interested. No one has to. Excuse me. Over here coughing up a storm. Alright, so what I need to do first is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to iron these open so that they lay nice and flat for me, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim them down. So first thing first, I'm just going to finger press them open. Now we're going to iron them flat, and then I will take my scissors and I'll go ahead and trim them. Now you could actually use your rotary cutter, and that might be faster. But in order for me to do that, I'd have to put everything down to kind of nah, I'll just trim them with the scissors. I was gonna just rotary cut them, but I'll just trim it up with the scissors. It'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and press these down real quick. You don't necessarily have to press them down. I mean, finger pressing them was probably fine, but I actually like to hard press things so that they stay nice and strong, nice and flat for me. All of these fabrics were starched. If they were not part of the layer cake, if they were yardage, then I starched them. If they were part of a layer cake or something, then I did not. right. Up. Okay. Finger pressing my fabrics down. Oh, Terry, thank you so much for that update. She just let us know that little Harper, who you guys know that this stream is dedicated to, she just had to go back into surgery again. They're trying to find the source of her bleeding. This poor little girl, she's just had it so rough. It started out as what they thought was just a simple virus that kind of turned worse and worse and worse, and now she's ended up with an open heart surgery. There's bleeding involved and all kinds of just horrible things. So like she said, if you are able, please consider donating. The family is in desperate need of just financial support for all of her medical bills. There's also, they have their own Facebook page that you can check out. It's called #HarperStrong. You can check out their Facebook page. They're also accepting e-cards for Grubhub for the family, because the family is with her for meals. So if you're interested in doing any of that, please check it out. Their Facebook page is #HarperStrong. I think they also have an Instagram as well, if I remember correctly. This poor little girl, though, it's just awful, and no parent should ever have to go through that with their child. So anything that I can do to help, and I know it's not a lot, but at least it's something. And right now I've said this weekend's streams, but I may, depending on this poor Harper's condition, we may extend it out to a couple more streams. We may keep that going there for a while until she's better. So we'll have to wait and see. But thanks, Terry, for that update. We really appreciate you filling us in. I have been keeping updated on their Facebook page, just to kind of follow along, but just absolutely horrible. Terry wants to know, do I like the iron being tapered at both ends? Oh, you mean like this? Instead of it being square? It doesn't bother me. I like this one because I can use it from both sides. And I know that seems silly, but it's basically, I'm not tied down to using it one way or the other. I think that's what you're asking. I don't know. I don't know that I really have a preference. I do like the fact that this one's kind of universal and that I can use it either direction, as opposed to a standard iron that has the flat surface on one end for things. I do have a standard iron, and I do use my standard iron when I have to pull out big pieces of yardage that I'm working with. So, I mean, I do still use it for sure. I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question. I'm curious to know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Do you have an iron like I do where it's tapered on both ends, or do you have a traditional one? And if you have a tapered one, which one do you prefer? That's an excellent question. I don't know. Katie's asking Lucas about the points program. She wants to know what the heist game is. Katie, is basically a luck of the draw. Is really all it is. The heist game is basically just a luck of the draw. When the game is running, because the game can only run up every 5 minutes or so. When the game is running, you can enter it by doing !heist space and then the number of thimbles you're willing to risk. You can only risk as many thimbles as you have, and be careful because you can lose them. But basically, the computer just randomly selects winners, and then they are given more thimbles. It's basically the way the heist game works. The slots machine game is a little bit different. You can do !slots space and then the number of thimbles you're willing to risk, and then that basically the computer generates a slot reel for you and lets you know if you've won a prize or not. It's all computer generated. Lucas and I do not have any control over who wins or what they win. We do have control a little bit over the odds of winning and how much you can win if you do win. So we have tried to make sure that we've padded it a little bit so that everybody has a really fair chance of winning, because that's the whole point of this. But we don't have full control over it. So try it out. Do exclamation point, slots, space, and then put like a number 10 in there, because I know you have at least 10 thimbles. Let's see how you play. The heist game has a timeout. It can only run for every 5 minutes or so. So there is that. So you just kind of watch the chat and wait for it to say, you know, uh-oh, someone has started a heist, and then you can enter it. Oh, Terry says she has a cordless, but it's shaped like a traditional iron, flat on one end and pointed on the other. That's interesting. I think with the cordless one, I do like having the tapered edges on both sides, because then I can use it in any direction and I'm not really restricted on one way. But I'm thinking if I had a traditional one like you do, I don't know that I would necessarily know a difference. So if you're thinking about purchasing a new cordless one, I mean, obviously that's something to consider, but I don't know that it would really be a selling point of any kind. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and trim these up. I'm doing about 1/4 inch away. I'm just kind of eyeballing it just to get rid of some of that bulk. Katie, looks like you've got 65 thimbles there that you can play with for right now. If you do a little bit of a game and you can earn some more, or if Lucas is feeling ultra generous, if he can get into Streamlabs, he can get you some more. Usually he tries to give out some more thimbles to our new subscribers, so that you guys are able to play the games a little bit more. And just a reminder for those of you who are watching this after the stream has already ended, the Thimbles program is something that only runs during the live stream. So if you're watching this afterwards, obviously the chat is no longer active and you're not able to play. So make sure you catch a live stream if you can, if you want to get in there to play. I do try to put previews for all of my live streams up on the channel so that you guys are well aware of, you get advanced warning of when they're coming. I also try to post events on our Facebook group for the live streams, so if you're interested in joining them that way as well. Speaking of our Facebook, if you're not already a member of our Facebook group and you do participate in Facebook, please consider joining. We love sharing our projects over there. One of the downfalls of YouTube is that, you know, you guys can see what I'm working on, but I can't see what you guys are working on. We can't really interact with regards to that. So Facebook allows us to do that. Facebook and Instagram allow us to interact a little bit more, which is my favorite part of our community, is being able to interact with you guys and see what you guys are working on. So I'm always encouraging you guys to post stuff over there so that I can see it. I love seeing what you guys are working on. Somebody posted something yesterday. It was absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just beautiful project that they worked on. And unfortunately, I don't remember who it was. I do apologize. I have a terrible, terrible memory. But it was absolutely beautiful. The members of our community are so much more talented than I am. And some of the projects that they come up with are just absolutely beautiful. Lucas says he's going to be lurking here soon because he's heading out to see his nephew's T-ball game. No problem, Lucas. We understand. We appreciate you being here with us. I especially do. You always are able to take care of so many things for me. I really, really appreciate all your help. Lucas is our one and only moderator, and he does a fantastic job at it. And he is not a quilter by trade. In fact, he's never even sat behind a sewing machine, so he has no idea what we're doing, but he's been learning a lot, hanging out with us on the channel. So one of these days we'll get him behind the machine. I keep teasing that we're going to do it. Yes, T-ball games are always cute. cutting these really slowly, making sure I'm not making any mistakes. These are a bunch of triangles here. What I should have done is I should have sewn another line on here and then cut them so then these were all been sewn up together, but I didn't. That's okay though. These are big enough pieces. I'm going to put them into the scrap bag for this project. And you guys know that whenever we finish a project, any scraps that I have from that project, I usually give them as a giveaway. I usually do them as a giveaway to whoever's interested in them to make whatever they can out of the scrap pieces. So there's going to be a bunch of triangles. Sometimes you end up with, like the Tropics project, you're going to end up with half a jelly roll. Because that's what we have left over. So it's just going to be crazy. Sometimes you get a lot of stuff. There's usually some yardage in there. Not a lot of yardage. Usually a half a yard or a quarter of a yard of fabric left. And I save anything that's over an inch, 1 inch by 1 inch pieces. I save anything that's larger than that so you guys can do with it what you choose. A couple of people have posted some pictures of some projects that they've made with the scrap fabrics that they've won from our previous projects, which is always so cool to see how you guys do that, because I am not that creative when it comes to my scrap fabrics. I was able to make some scrunchies out of some scrap fabrics, and that's about as creative as I was able to get. But even that, you needed some pretty big pieces to do that with. So that was about as creative as I got. Terry says she loves the little video I put up of my sewing cabinet. Wow, is that impressive? Oh, thank you, Terry. Yes. Well, you guys have asked me before what my cabinet looks like when it's closed and how I open it. And so I had to close it this last weekend because Taylor came home and I wanted her to make sure she had some space. So I closed it all open. I posted a picture of it being closed up. And then I thought, you know what? I should probably post a little video of me opening it. So the whole thing actually took 5 minutes to do. But I sped up the video to 2.5 minutes. So that you guys could just see what I was doing. But basically, that is what it looks like from this camera angle over here, back here, from here to here, instead of here to here. So you guys kind of got to see what the whole cabinet looks like when I open it up and I set it up. You can see all my lights that I set up, like that. So thanks for that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I'm always impressed with the fact that the whole thing just kind of folds up and tucks up into this cute little cabinet and nobody really knows what's in it. It's so much fun. And Terry says, I don't know what to do with my ever-growing box of scraps. I was all caught up and now it exploded. Yeah, I feel you, Terry. I'm trying to find some projects to do with scrap fabrics myself. I'm just not very good at it. You can do some, you can do a crumb quilt, which is basically just a bunch of crumb pieces. You can do a crumb quilt depending on what size they are, but I like to try and actually make projects with them. The crumb quilt is really not my thing, so. Kelly says, when our son was about 15, he helped coach for a 3-on-3 hockey. The kids were 5 years old, and he spent most of the time picking them up off the ice. Oh my gosh. So cute, Kelly, so cute. I bet that was fun. I love watching the little ones when they're playing, because they haven't really figured out how to be competitive yet. So it's a lot of, and you can tell that they're just doing it to have fun. They're not interested in winning or losing. They're just there to have fun. And those are the ones I really like to watch. Poor thing. It's the Quilty TARDIS. Hi Sherry, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. How are you? I hope you are well. I think you've been in our chat before, but if not, welcome. I feel like I've remembered seeing a Sherry before. I'm not sure if that was you or not. But welcome. It's the Quilty TARDIS. Yes, the sewing machine, the sewing cabinet is I love how it just like hides everything. It's so nice. See, I think I've mentioned it before, but before I moved into this room, this is my daughter's bedroom, before I moved into this sewing room, I actually had all my sewing stuff in my kitchen. My kitchen is the biggest room in the house, and at the time it had the most floor space. It doesn't anymore because we've redone our kitchen. But at the time it had the most floor space, so everything kind of congregated in there. And so when I initially started my sewing journey again, after many years of hiatus, I was sewing right at the kitchen table because that's the only table that I really had in the house, and it was the only place I really had the room to set it up at. So I was sewing at the kitchen table. Well, that was great, except you have to set it all up and tear it all back down every time you sew because you need the kitchen table to make dinner and things like that. So that kind of got old and annoying, and so that's when I decided I wanted to go ahead and invest the money in a sewing cabinet. And I started looking on Facebook Marketplace, and that's when I came up with this. That's when I found this cabinet. This is a two-piece cabinet. It's a top and a bottom. The bottom is on a hydraulic lift, so the machine itself lifts on a little hydraulic lift, a little motor. It's not hydraulic. It's a little motor. It's a little motor that pulls up. I think that's a chain actually that pulls it up. But I wanted something like that. I wanted something that I could kind of fold up and tuck away. So when this cabinet was in my kitchen, everyone just assumed that it was like an armoire or a dish cabinet of some kind, and they never really suspected that it was a sewing cabinet. Until one day I took a picture of it open because I was working on it, and I took a picture of it, and I said and I posted it on one of my Facebooks, and I said my happy place. And everyone came back and they're like, "OMG, where is that?" Because they knew I was at home because they could see the tile and stuff, or the walls in my kitchen. So they knew I was at home, but they're like, "Oh my gosh, where is that at?" And I said, "It's the cabinet. It's the corner cabinet in my kitchen." They're like, "Oh my gosh, I thought that was just like a pantry cabinet. I didn't even realize it was a sewing cabinet." Yeah, it's a sewing cabinet. Yep. And then many years later, we figured out that this cabinet actually turned out to be the most expensive piece of furniture we have in our home. I had no idea when I bought this cabinet for less than $100 that it was worth almost $1,000. so that was kind of crazy. Looks like a lot of people are playing the heist game and Journey, so make sure you get in on there. Kelly says my sewing room looks like a hurricane came through. I feel you. Sherry says, I'm doing all right, busy, mostly lurking, but I do pop in on occasion. I'm the one making the robot quilts. I have pictures posted on Instagram. Ah, Sherry, yes, I remember. Yes, those are so cool. Those robot quilts are so cool. I meant to ask you, and I'm sorry that I didn't. I assumed that's some type of a pattern. Where did you get the pattern from? Is that something you made or something you purchased? I'd love to know more about it. Teresa says, Tiffany's Quilting Life is a 4-patch plus quilt that uses 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2.5 inch, and 4.5 inch squares to make a large quilt. I think I've seen that once before. But that's a great way to use up scrap fabrics. Absolutely. That's fantastic. Yeah, that's a great way. All right. I'm just trimming up these corners here. I'm almost done, and then we'll be able to put these pieces together. We're going to start to make our roofs. We are working on the Home Sweet Home pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. It was a Liberty Box exclusive a couple of years ago. I'm kind of behind on my project boxes, and that's actually one of the reasons why I haven't bought any more recently, because I'm kind of behind on them. I will pick up on a couple of them here soon, but I have 2 project boxes that I need to put together first. I have this one, which I've started, and then I have one more left in my bins that I need to start, and then we can start looking at some new project boxes again. If you're interested in the pattern, I think the pattern is available for sale on Fat Quarter Shop. If you do exclamation point, it may not be actually. I was thinking I had a link for it set up, but I don't think I do. I don't think I have a link set up for the. Oh, only cut one side. I was thinking that I might have set up a link for the pattern, but I don't think I did. There might be something in the description box below. I'm not sure. You guys can also go over to the Fact Quarter Shop and see if you can find it there. It's called Home Sweet Home. That is the name of this particular pattern. So I mentioned to you guys that I'm listening to new music today, and so far, I mean, the music's okay, but there's no lyrics. It's kind of weird. So I might have to find a different channel. This website that I'm looking at has thousands of different options for free. So I'm gonna see if I can't find some more. I only spent a few minutes looking at it this morning. It's the first time I've ever really looked at it. I accidentally came across it last night, and I didn't really get a chance to really dive into it. So I did this morning a little bit. So I'm gonna see if I can't find another channel that has a little bit more to listen to. Woohoo! No sore fingers for the crew. Thimbles for everyone. Well, congratulations to all the winners. That's really great. That was the heist game that just went through. So now there's a 5-minute cooldown period, and then you guys can start again. In the meantime, you are welcome to play your slot machine games. You can do exclamation point slots. There is a little bit of a cooldown period if you use the same value. So, you know, if you're going to wager, we'll say 50 thimbles, then the next time you wager them, you want to do like 51 or 53 or 60 or a different number. Don't do 50 again, because otherwise there's a 5-minute cooldown for that. Actually, I don't think it's 5 minutes. I think it's only 2 or 3 minutes, but there is a cooldown period for that. All right, so the bottom of our roof is done. This is what they look like. That's the bottom pieces there. I'm going to take these corners and put them in my scrap bag. I always keep, you guys know I organize all of my projects in one of these plastic little bins. And then I keep a big Ziploc bag. This is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and this is for all of my scrap pieces. I throw all my scrap pieces in here as I'm working through the project. And then that way, when I'm done with the project, in case I need something extra, I have it all right here. But then when I'm done, I can go ahead and just gift off this whole bag. Sherry says, I love her patterns. I've done puppies and Lisa the unicorn, and the giant Lisa the unicorn was one of the first quilts I ever made. I made it for my daughter. Oh, it's Robots by Elizabeth Hartman. Yeah, Elizabeth Hartman. That's the one that Sean from The Guy Who Sews. He does a lot of her patterns too. The thing is, she does the Wizard of Oz too, right? Isn't that hers? I feel like that was hers. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our chimney pieces onto our roof pieces. Now we need to make sure that we're matching up the fabrics correctly. So we're gonna have to be a little careful with that. Go. Pandas and sweaters. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Yeah, she does a lot of really cute patterns. I thought there was like a farm animal one, I feel like, not too long ago. I think I remember seeing that one was cute. I think there was like a raccoon or yeah. I've seen her patterns. I've looked them up. I'm so like project busy right now. I have not had an opportunity to really dive in and pick out a pattern from her yet. But they look like a lot of fun. Coffee. All right. Let's go ahead and connect these up together. Now the idea is that these roof pieces are supposed to meet up with the roof pieces on this roof piece. So we got to try and match these up as best that we can. I'm going to switch this out for my 1/4-inch pressure foot to give myself a little bit of a reprieve with regards to trying to make sure I have a nice 1/4-inch seam. I have a guided 1/4-inch presser foot that I use because I cheat. Any tools out there that I can use to help my quilts look a little bit better, I'm going to try to take advantage of. Okay. lining these pieces up as best I can. Let me open up this first one here so you guys can see what we're trying to accomplish. And then we will make the rest of them. The rest of them together. Show you what these look like. Hi Gazella! Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's so good to see you. Kelly says she has an Art East pattern either. There are about 10, there's a 10 of them she wants, my goodness. They live in Nova Scotia, she thinks, so they're fellow Canadians. So yeah, trying to support your fellow Canadians, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, I forgot the name already. But the one that does the pandas and sweaters. Her patterns are definitely ones I want to check out. I also want to check out the J kits as well. One of these days I will bite the bullet and invest in one of those. We'll have to wait and see. But this is what our roof looks like. Isn't that adorable? This is so cute. So that's what the roof looks like. There we go. Those are what the roofs are going to look like. So let's go ahead and put the rest of them together. So cute. So cute. Set that one aside. Coughing. Sorry. I'll probably start sucking on another cough drop here in a minute. Art East guys just have cool patterns, Kelly says. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. I think Lucas is gone, so let me write that down. Art East guys. Art East. Also, if you spell East right. Okay, I'll check them out. Love the colors. So cute. Yes, yeah, me too. Yeah, the red, white, and blue colors is always one of my favorites. I'm going to suck on another cough drop here, guys, so sorry about that. But I love red, white, and blue just in general. The color scheme in general. I love the patriotic color scheme in general. So, but yes, this fabric line, this pattern, is a lot of fun so far. So we're going to go ahead and put the rest of these roofs together here. Trying to keep an eye on the time, make sure I don't go over too much. Got a lot left to do today. So you guys, I'm going to be making applesauce later today. I'll probably post pictures on our Instagram of all the crock pots going once I get them going. One of my dogs, and I mentioned this yesterday in our live stream, but one of my dogs, my Cabochon, she goes crazy for apples. She just, I mean, all my dogs love apples, but she tops the cake. I mean, she just goes absolutely bananas for apples, just absolutely crazy for them. And so this is her favorite time of the year, because as soon as I start peeling the apples, she will literally be underneath the peeler with her mouth open, just eating the peels as they come off the apple. Now usually I'm peeling them into the garbage can. Well, the little she will hop onto the thing of the garbage can and like pull the peel away from the can so that she can eat them directly. I have to be careful with her. I've got to watch her closely because she'll gain 10 pounds just in apples. I mean, it's just so silly. She knows that the apples are in the garage, but she's not tall enough to be able to see into the, we have got them in a wagon, so she's not tall enough to actually see them in the wagon yet. So she just keeps sniffing around the garage. She's like, Mom, I know they're in here. I know they're in here somewhere. You can't hide them from me forever. It's so funny. I'm just trying to be careful. I have to make sure I'm matching the roofs up with the chimneys to the correct fabric pattern. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing that correctly. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Teresa Louise is in the chat. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. How are you? I hope you are well. Yes, Terry, the whole quilt is made up of little houses. Here, let me show you. It is so cute. It's just little bitty houses. The whole thing. It's just such a cute little pattern. I absolutely love it. So cute. Teresa says she saw my Instagram. Very cute. Oh, thanks, Teresa. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kelly says Sean interviewed them last year. Oh, that's kind of cool. Kelly says food's about ready. See you on YouTube. No problem, Kelly. We appreciate you hanging out with us as long as you have. No problem. Terry says that is so funny. I had a dog that would stay under my feet the whole time while cooking. If I did drop anything, it never hit the floor. Yeah, that's her name's Ivy. That's Ivy. Yeah, I call her my sous chef. She's my sous chef. She's always right there, helping me out. She keeps that floor clean. You can eat off of it. It's so clean because she does. Yes. June says, Danny, have you tried Bag O' Day Crystal? Has a lot of free crochet patterns. No, I have not, June. I will write that down. I'm not a huge crocheter. I do crochet. It's just not. It's not like my go-to. But I will try it out. Yeah, you said Bag O' Day Crystal. Write that down. Bag O' Day. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you. I'm always looking for stuff like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a day of crocheting on the channel. Hi, Liz. Good morning. Liz Thurdo is here now. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. She says hello to everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Sunday morning to you. You missed Lucas. He was on earlier, but he had to take off for the day, so I'm sorry for that. That's okay. We're all hanging out. I'm be really careful not to stretch this fabric. I want to make sure that everything lines up the way it's supposed to, so I'm just kind of holding it. Be really, really careful not to stretch it. Teresa wants to know, what am I listening to? Teresa, I have a new website that I found for for copyright-free music. It is called, here, let me make sure that I say it correctly. It is called Streamlife, I think is what it was called. Slipstream. Slipstream is what it's called. It's a new website for copyright-free music. And I found it accidentally because one of my favorite bands actually is a YouTube-based band. And so they want to help other content creators, so all of their music is copyright free, and so they said go here to download our music, and so I'm like, okay, cool. So I went onto the website and I'm like, oh my god, this is like a whole thing like Pretzel Rock, but they have so much more music to choose from. So this particular music is made by Johnny Moore, and this song is called Face the Edge. Right now I'm listening to a pop rock channel. I'll probably switch it up a little bit and let you guys listen to some other things in the meantime, but thanks for asking about that. Yeah, so that's what we're listening to today. We're listening to some pop rock. I've got a couple of other ones kind of flagged that I found this morning that I'll probably switch about to on other streams to see what we like better. And I may... The band that's one of my favorites is, I don't know if they're really appropriate for the channel. I don't really know that they're appropriate for the channel. Their music is a little bit more hardcore. It's kind of like a really heavy rock, metal, a little bit of rap mixed in. I'm not sure that it's really what you guys would prefer on the channel. I might let you guys listen to it and give your opinions on it another time. But today I didn't feel like switching it up too much on ya. But so today it's just a little bit of rock music. You guys know me, I like to have music going on in the background. That's just kind of the way I roll, you know, I rock and roll. That's just kind of the way I like to do things. I like to have music in my sewing room. I can't concentrate when it's quiet. It's just the way my brain works. Everybody's different, I understand. That's just the way my brain works. So I'd like to share the music with you guys that I'm listening to. I do have a headphone in here that I'm listening to the music with as well. And when you guys aren't with me, then I actually have it piped into the speakers. Teresa says she was listening to AC/DC earlier. LOL. Oh well, that Teresa, you may actually like this channel that this band that I really like. So maybe we'll see what we can do. Now AC/DC is obviously copywritten music, so I can't play that, but I can play something similar. But yeah, they're one of my favorites too. Naomi says, I love all kinds of music. Would jazz be too boring for your channel? You know, Naomi, I don't know. I think it would depend. I mean, I am like you. I listen to all kinds of music. And I'm constantly trying to change up the music. I don't know if you guys even notice, but I do try to change it up a lot to listen to different things. Country music, like new age country music is like my heart. That's where my heart lies. That is my go-to. But I love all kinds of other music as well. So right now I said we're listening to the rock. The next time we come back, I'll flip it to another channel. We'll listen to something else. It just depends on kind of what the mood is. I do try to keep it upbeat though. So some jazz music is kind of slow and not as high energy as other jazz music. So I will need to like find some high energy jazz music. But otherwise, no, I don't think it would not work for the channel. I think we'll just have to be careful with our selection. But yeah, I can add a jazz night. Or jazz day, for sure. Melina says, Teresa, my kind of girl. Yeah, AC/DC is awesome. They're one of my favorites. I did have, when I first turned the channel on, I did have an 80s rock channel on, but the couple of songs that I was playing were just very subdued, and I'm like, that's not really what I'm going for. I'm going for something more high energy. So, yeah. Don't mind me. I hope you guys can't hear that humming in the background. I just turned the fan on because it got warm in here all of a sudden. That or it's just me. I think I'm going through the change, guys. I swear to God. It's like every 5 minutes I'm either hot or cold. So I've got a fan going. Terry says, I like upbeat music too. No sleepy music. Well, I mean, there's a time and a place for sleepy music. If you're in the bathtub. If you're in the bathtub chilling out or, I don't mind sleepy music like when I'm reading a book or when I'm doing something kind of mellow and chill. Then I'm okay with sleepy music. But, here on the channel with you guys, I want to keep it upbeat and exciting and fun. And, so that's why I try to have some upbeat and fun music. Although the song that we're listening to right now does not sound very fun. It's not very... But yeah, in case if you are a content creator and you're looking to add some music to your stream, it is called Slipstream, SLIPSTREAM. You can Google it and check it out. It's a free website. There are options for you. I mean, there are different plan options you can choose from. I always choose the free one because that one seems to work the best. There's no ads, so it's not like it's anything like that. And it's guaranteed to be copyright free. Every once in a while, YouTube will flag one of your videos and say that, oh, you have copyrighted music. And with these copyright-free websites, they give you like this blurb, this paragraph of information to submit to YouTube whenever YouTube thinks that you've got copyright music. They give you this little blurb to tell you that no, that you do have permission to use this music and blah blah blah. And so you dispute the claim with YouTube. You send them this little blurb, and usually within 2 or 3 days, they've unlocked your video again. So it's not really a big deal. I've only ever had one video where I couldn't get it unlocked. But then YouTube offers you editing options where you can actually edit the video to remove that one song from the video. So not a huge deal. I mean, obviously, if you're a content creator who's reliant upon your ad revenue and stuff, and you really don't have the time to wait for YouTube to clear your video, then obviously it's not a risk that you're willing to take. I'm not a monetized station, so I have the time to dispute those claims. So. Yeah, AC/DC is definitely one of my favorites. Pink Floyd is another good one. I like them too. Metallica will always be one of my rock favorites. They are rock gods, in my opinion. I love their stuff too. I've seen them in concert because they're still going on in concert. You know who's really good in concert, which is really funny? I've seen Survivor in concert. I loved Survivor in concert. They were really cool. They actually played for our local our local fair. I'm sorry, it was like the words just completely slipped out of my brain. They played for the local fair at the local fair for us, so that was really cool. Yes, Melissa, thank you. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. Yes, absolutely. Positive vibes going for Harper. As you guys probably already know, as I've mentioned before, I'm dedicating this weekend's streams to Harper. And I'm encouraging all of you, if you are able, please consider donating to the family's GoFundMe page. And if nothing else, please give them a hug and a virtual hug and a prayer for the whole family and for Harper herself, for quick healing, for sure. If you are interested in donating, you can do !Harper Strong down in chat. You can type that into chat. It'll give you a link to their GoFundMe page. If you're watching the stream after it is already aired, you can find the link in our description box. So please, if you are able, please consider giving to the family. They also have their own Facebook page at #Harper Strong on Facebook. You can find them there, where there are other ways for you to give to the family as well. So please consider it if you can. But yeah, absolutely. Positive vibes going towards Harper, for sure. 5-finger death punch. Yes, Teresa, they are awesome. Yeah. Falling in Reverse is another great one. That is one of my favorites. They're way inappropriate for the channel, but I absolutely love their music. 5-finger death punch. That's another really good one. Yeah, absolutely. Gazelle says, sorry to have to go, everyone. Bye. No problem. We appreciate you hanging out with us, even if it's for 5 minutes. We really appreciate you being here. No problem at all. Thank you so much for joining. Chloe says, hi again. Praying for Harper and her family. Hi, Chloe. Welcome back. Yep. Praying for Harper and her family. 100%. Yeah. If nothing else, guys, prayers are free. Yep. Sending a prayer to the family is absolutely free, and they need that more so than anything else, I think, at this very particular moment in time. So, unfortunately, I'm not made of $1 million, so I can't send that to the family. And we all have tough times. We're all struggling with something in our own way, but this is at least what I know I can do, is at least dedicate my streams to her and bring awareness to her cause and to her condition, and hopefully if you guys are able to help, you can. So that's where I'm at. I'm not using this to commercialize anything. I don't believe in that. I think that's awful for anybody that does that. I want you guys to go help her, not help me. Yes, Terry, absolutely heartbreaking, 100%. It's heartbreaking when any child has to go through anything, but then when you find out that there's a child in our from our extended quilting community that's suffering so badly with something, it's heartbreaking even more so, because you feel like, that they're an extended part of your family. I feel like the quilting community as a whole is part of my family, and so when Donna reached out and said that she was having, that her granddaughter was having these issues. And I mean, Donna, I've met Donna, I've talked to her before. I'm not super close friends with her, but I do know who she is. I have talked to her. We have communicated before. And so, I consider her a friend of mine. I consider her an acquaintance or a friend of mine. And as such, I consider her part of my extended quilting family. And she's suffering, her granddaughter's suffering, her daughter is suffering. So anything I can do to help, even if it's just this, bringing awareness to their GoFundMe page, asking you guys to help out if you can.
asking you to send prayers to the family. That if that's all I can do, that's what I'm going to try to do. I think it's the right thing to do. I hemmed and hawed about it because I hemmed and hawed about it because I didn't want to offend the family in any way, shape, or form. Because I don't want them to think that I'm trying to monopolize on this horrible situation in any way. And I don't think that I am. I'm not asking you guys to purchase anything on my behalf or proceeds. I'm not asking for any of that. If you can give direct. Don't send anything to me. I'm not asking for anything for me. And I think that's, to me, that's okay. To me, that's not monopolizing in this poor situation. I hope that's the way it's coming across anyway. I don't want to offend anyone, but I want to try and help however I can, and this is the only way I can help. So this weekend's streams are being dedicated to her. You know, if she's still going through this by next weekend, then next weekend's stream. I will continue to keep the link active and continue to push for the GoFundMe page as long as next weekend. So it's not necessarily just a this weekend thing, but it will start. It is starting this weekend. And if you are a content creator yourself and you do live streams or things of that nature, and you know, I encourage you to do the same if you are able, if you're comfortable with it, if you are able, just to kind of get the word out there and help this build. So. Well, good, Terry. I hope so. I hope I'm not. I always worry about things like that. Because that is the very last thing I want to do, is offend anyone. So. But there is no requirement for those of you who are unable to give. There is no requirement. There's nothing. This is a free channel. It's a free channel. This is a free stream. You never have to pay anything to watch the stream or hang out with us or earn thimbles or do any of those things. It's all free. All of it is free, 100%. This is just a, if you are able, please go donate type of situation. So I just want to make that very, very clear, because some people may not be clear on that. So I just want to make that 100% clear. If you have a social media page and you want to share the link on your own personal social media page, please feel free to do so. I'm sure the family will appreciate it. Again, if you do ! Harper Strong in chat, it'll give you a link to their GoFundMe page, and then there's a button on their GoFundMe page that says share, and you can click that button to get the link itself. That poor girl and that poor family. Every time I see it, my heart just breaks for them. I have been trying to keep up with their Facebook page. Trying to just... it's just heartbreaking. I mean, you know, for those of us that are parents, I know I speak for myself when I say that both my girls have had small, very teeny tiny, compared to this poor little girl, they've had very teeny tiny little scares from birth to health issues. Taylor, my daughter Taylor, did end up in the pediatric ICU for one night. Thank goodness, it was only one night, turned out to be nothing, but I just remember how awful that was, just how horrific that was, how terrifying that was, how just completely helpless you feel, and I was very grateful and very lucky that it turned out to be nothing and Taylor was able to come home the next day. But some of those children are just not that lucky, including Harper and our family. So anything we can do to help. And anything you can do to help, even if it's not for Harper, even if it's for your local children's hospital in your area. I know a lot of, like the children's hospital in my area, they collect pop tabs, the soda cans, the tabs on them. They collect those for the Ronald McDonald House because that tab is actually the most expensive part of an aluminum can. And so when they recycle that piece, it actually is worth more than the rest of the can. So they get a little bit of money for the pounds that they receive for recycling those. So if you're next to a Ronald McDonald House, please collect those if you can. Those are a great way. If you can donate your time, if you can volunteer, or that is, as you know, volunteers, they're cut from another cloth. They really are. These volunteers that go into these places and spend their time and their energy helping out these families, there's a very special place in heaven for those people, because they just have an amazing, huge heart, and I thank them from the bottom of my heart, because I couldn't do it. I am not strong enough to be able to handle something like that. So if you are one of those volunteers, my heart goes out to you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being able to do that, because it's not something that I can do. Melissa says, I haven't seen anything offending, only supportive of Harper and their family. When my son was very sick, I appreciated all the help. Well, that's my goal, Melissa, is I'm always terrified that I'm going to offend the family in any way, shape, or form, and that is the very last thing I want to do. So trying to be very delicate about supporting them as best I can, and promoting the support that I'm giving. But I'm grateful that I'm just trying to get the word out there to everybody. Terry said, oh, I remember the Pop Tops being collected. I didn't think they did that anymore. Well, check with your local Ronald McDonald House. I know the one by us still does. The schools still collect them for the Ronald McDonald House, or you can turn them in direct. We don't have a Ronald McDonald House really close in my area, but I do drive past one on my way into the office every day. So I have been known to stop there and drop them off. So my family collects them. It's a simple, silly thing that we can do to try and help. So we do collect them, and when I get a Ziploc full of them, I'll drop them off. I got a big bin at the front of the Ronald McDonald House where you can drop them off. So check with your local Ronald McDonald House, see how you can help. If you want to donate, or you want to contribute, or you want to volunteer, check with your local children's hospital. They have programs specifically for volunteers. Reach out to them, call them, say, how can I help? What can I do? Is there a donation center? Is there, these Pop Tops? Is there, what can I do? Is there soup can labels? I think was another one for a little while. I don't even know if that's still a thing. But those are different ways that you can do that. So if you want to get involved, please do so. This doesn't necessarily need to be for Harper specifically, but if you want to just help out the local children in your area, or the adults as well, I encourage it. I'm a very big encourager of charities such as these. People that need specific help, such as this, or cancer societies, or things like that, cancer research hospitals, places like that. I'm a huge supporter of all of those places, because it's so very important. It's an unfortunate situation that we live in, that we need those things. But by the same token, I think it's important that we try to support them as much as we can, as much as we are able. But yeah, Terry, check with your local Ronald McDonald House. See if they still collect them. I know, like I said, the one by me does. The one by me does. Terry just gave another update on Harper. For those of you who are still with us on the stream, Harper had gone back into surgery this morning. Stopped some bleeding. Terry's giving us another update. Says she's out of surgery, and the surgeon feels that they have and will have the bleeding under control. So that is great to hear. We're really hoping for a speedy recovery for this poor little girl. I think they said she's 8. I feel like that was the right age. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But she's poor little girl, just absolutely awful. If you go to the GoFundMe page, they are posting updates on the GoFundMe page as well. So you can keep up to date on her there, as well as the Facebook group. Donna has been posting a bunch of stuff on her pages as well, also. So you can find updates just about anywhere. But thank you, Terry. Yes, that's a wonderful update, absolutely. But I will continue to dedicate my streams to her and her family until she is well. And I will continue to encourage any of those who can to please donate.
Melissa says they posted on Facebook about 30 minutes ago that they'd gotten a little good news. That's good. Good news is always good. And I appreciate you guys keeping me up to date in the chat, because I'm not currently on Facebook, so I'm not able to get those updates. I'm glad to hear that. If you guys are interested in getting the updates for Harper, make sure you follow them. They have their own Facebook group called #HarperStrong. You can check that out there. I think there's also an Instagram, but I could be wrong on that. And then of course there's the GoFundMe page. They're posting updates directly to the GoFundMe page for all of the supporters, so that they know where they're, how she's doing as well. So you can check any of those places to see how this poor little girl is doing. Alright, last roof, guys. We're just plugging right along here. Last roof is getting put on. This one looks like it needs a little bit of encouragement. Looks like my cutting is off a little bit on a couple of these, so I'm just trying to match them up as best I can. Terry, I did see a comment. I didn't realize it was from Donna. There was no need to thank me for that, but that was very kind of her. But there was no need to do that. Terry says that Donna left a comment on my video thanking me for dedicating my stream to her granddaughter, which I mean, I understand why she did it, but there's really no need to thank me. It was the right thing to do, as I said in my Facebook post. I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's the only thing I can do. So you're welcome to her, but there was really no need to thank me. I'm not in this to get any type of attention or anything like that. I'm doing it for Harper. All right, so let's go ahead and iron these up. I did tag Donna in the descriptions, so that, and not, again, so that she was aware of what I was doing, but so that people that would know who she was, so that they could track back to her and her family and help out that way. So that's why I tagged her in. But I appreciate her thanking me. That was very kind of her. Completely unnecessary, but I appreciate that nonetheless. I'm waiting for the iron to warm up. It is warming up. So we're going to press these. I don't think the directions said which way to press them. Let me check. Oh, it does say. It says to press them up towards the roof, so that's what we're going to do. Or towards the chimneys. So we're going to go ahead and press those up. I'll just finger press these for now and then hard press them. As soon as the iron warms up. There we go. There we go. Let me show you guys what they look like. I showed you once before, but I'll show you again because they're super cute. Isn't this adorable? Terry says, in the meantime, I'm taking apart my elephant's trunk, being a little too fussy. Well, good luck to you, Terry. I understand that, because that's paper piecing, right? Trying to take apart a paper piecing project is not easy. I've had to do that before. Melissa says, maybe we need Harper Strong shirts. I dedicate my trail run this morning to Harper. Prayed for her while I was out there. That is excellent, Michelle. I don't know if I know they had
You know, I'm going to tell you, check the Facebook page because I know they had bracelets that came in that said Harper Strong on them. So maybe check the Facebook group and see if they already have t-shirts available. And if they do, please feel free to purchase one to help out the family if you are so inclined to do so. I did remember seeing pictures of bracelets. I don't know if that was just for the family or if that was something they were offering up for sale. Obviously, if you want to go have your own t-shirt made, you are welcome to do so. There are a bunch of YouTube creators out there that create t-shirts, so it would be a great way to support a local content creator and Harper at the same time. That would be a great way to do that. Or if you know someone that creates t-shirts, that's another way. I think Etsy, I'm sure there's just a place on Etsy that would do it as well. Yes, foundation paper piecing, the Violent Craft Elephant. Yeah, it's gorgeous, but I understand that paper piecing is difficult to pull apart. I've done a couple of projects where I had to pull them apart, and it's not easy. Because the stitching because you use such tiny stitching so that the paper pulls off easier. And so that makes it harder to pull apart. One of these days I will get one of these legit kits and start one of those. I have not yet, but I will. Hi Cheryl, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. She's over here playing the slots machine. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, I should say. We are just making some roofs for our home sweet home houses. She's waving at me. Bye. Thank you for joining us. I'm just pressing these up here. I've already finger pressed them. I'm just hard pressing them now, make them nice and flat. Dawn says, okay, I am back in chat. Both devices going. Yay! Welcome back. I know you said you were lurking. You were watching us. You just weren't able to participate in chat. So, welcome back. Terry says, it was just a little piece of a different color that I didn't like. The first one I did, I slapped it all together. This one is like, I am Geppetto building Pinocchio. It will be a masterpiece. Terry. Excuse me. I can understand that. There are some quilts that I am like that with. It's like everything's got to be exactly perfect. I'm working on a quilt right now. It's the mystery quilt that you guys have seen me work on a couple times. I'm still working on that. You can see pieces of it down over here. Still working on it on the side. And that one is like, it's a little technical. It's a little bit more technical than I think I'm skilled for. But I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm hoping that it works out. But yeah, part of me feels like a little bit of Geppetto. I feel a little bit like Geppetto. Hoping that it works out. Cheryl wants to know what I'm making. Cheryl, I am working on a project called Home Sweet Home. It is a fat quarter shop pattern. It was part of one of their Liberty boxes a couple of years ago. I'm behind on my boxes, I'm sorry. Here, let me show you what the pattern looks like. It is super cute. It's just a bunch of little houses in a patriotic theme pattern. Isn't that super cute? It's like, I have terrible lighting here, but see, isn't that super cute? The little houses, they're so adorable. So cute. Chloe says, hi Dawn, the new block looks like a challenge. I'm excited to try it. I think that's a sew along, isn't it? Isn't that what you're talking about over there? I think you guys were talking about it yesterday. I think Dawn
for those of you who are not familiar with Dawn, she has her own blog and she creates her own patterns as well. If you !Dawn in chat, it'll give you a link to her channel and her blog. Please go over there and follow her. She is super, super talented. We are so grateful that she's a part of this community. She brings so much to it, so much expertise and fun. I just love having her. She's one of my favorites. So make sure you go check out her stuff over there. I think that's what her and Chloe are talking about right now. Yes, I know, Dawn. I love it too. She's like, "Ooh, Danny, I love it. It's so cute." I know. It was so much fun. I love it. So we're gonna be. I'm having a lot of fun with this one. Chloe says, yes, Dawn's unnamed sew-along. So yeah, so make sure you go check out her. Do !Dawn in chat to get a link to her channel. Go check her out. Go give her a like and a sub. Check out her blog. I try to support as many content creators as I can, especially if there are active members of our community. I mean, you know, there's totally enough people on YouTube to share video, to share subscribers and things like that. I'm not a competitive person by nature. I would much prefer share. So we can share. I don't know what word to listen to right now. It's kind of funky. I like it. Are you guys all bopping along with me? Oh, darn, no problem. She's thanking me for the shout out. No problem whatsoever. There you go. Hopefully those are the right links, Dawn. If not, we'll need to call Lucas to fix them. All right, our roofs are done. Next up, we are going to be starting on the Fabric C and Fabric F squares, and we're going to need to do a bunch of cutting on these. So I think we're going to leave that for next time. It's a community and a very nice one at that. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, the quilting community as a whole, for sure, 100%. All right, guys. So the next steps here are going to be cutting some fabric squares into 4 triangles. So I think we're going to wait and do that next, because that makes these stars. So you can see the stars in the houses. These stars. That's what we're going to be making next. So I think we're going to leave that for next time. We're just about out of time anyway. It's 12:20. We usually run till about 12:30 anyway. So I think we got quite a bit done. We finished the roofs, and then we put the roofs together with the chimneys. So now we got the whole thing done. They're so cute. So adorable. I absolutely love them. They're so much fun. So next week we're going to be cutting up, or not next week, but next time we come back to this project, we're going to be cutting up some squares into triangles and then making some stars. So hopefully we'll see how much of that we get done. 12 stars total, and we need to cut up 2 sets of 96 triangles. So we're going to be doing a lot of half square triangles, it looks like. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys, again, as always, as I've mentioned a couple of times now, yesterday's stream and today's stream were dedicated to Harper and her family. She's the granddaughter of Donna from Handmade by Ying with Donna. If you guys are able, please consider donating to their GoFundMe page. If you do !Harper Strong down in chat, it will give you a link. There's also a link to it in our description box as well if you're watching after the fact. And I think I'm going to continue to dedicate each one of my live streams to Harper until she is well, or until the family no longer needs our support, which I'm sure they will for quite a while. So you'll probably see this down here for a little while. And again, if you are able to help, please consider donating. Just because you donated once doesn't mean that you can't donate again if you are able. So I will probably send in some weekly donations for a little while, $10, $15, whatever I can afford, to the family as much as I can. All right, guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys have an amazing weekend. I am ready to hop into the kitchen now to make some applesauce. I'll keep you guys up to date on that progress via Instagram. So make sure you follow us over there on Instagram to check out that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. As always, if you guys have any ideas for new projects, or you have any questions, or you want to be a special guest in the show, please feel free to email me at sonotanexpert@gmail.com. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to reach out to me on Facebook as well. I am there all the time. Make sure you're posting your projects over there. I'd love to see what you guys are working on. I'm not posting anything about Harper on our Facebook group because I feel like there's a bunch of other places that you can go for that information if you want to. So please, if you want to follow Harper's journey, make sure you do hashtag HarperStrong in Facebook, and you'll be able to see it there as well. All right, guys, you have an amazing rest of your weekend. Thank you again so much, and I will see all of you again really, really soon. Have a great one. Bye, guys.